Once again, thank everybody for being part of this information session. It's quite an exciting time. So it's a delight to be one of the mentors on this platform. So what is our vision at Skillweed? So Skillweed is a platform that impacts our community, mostly, people that are long life learners that want to maximize their earning potential, want to learn top-notch global skills and knowledge, want to be mentored and connect with people of like mind. And ultimately, our goal is to impact one person at a time. We are not of the illusion we can, in one go, change the world and the dynamic, right? We understand it's going to be a designed, focused strategy to impact our community one person at a time, right? Over time, it will have a domino effect that it will be hard to ignore. We enjoy and love our Caucasian brothers, our Indian brothers, because they've done an amazing job, and our Jewish brothers, they've done an amazing job of giving us a playbook on what it takes to be very successful. Professionally, for us, we know we can train each other, empower each other, give people the right skills, tools to be successful. In the long term, it translates into collective success, right? We've seen a lot of individual success. That's good, but we want collective success in the long term. So that's the vision we have. So who am I? I'm one of the mentors on this platform, honored to be the instructor for this particular class. So Akinbada Fenwa, over 20 years of IT experience, also currently head of delivery for North America for a global consulting firm in operation technology. In my career, I've served over 60 for 1,000, mentored over 2,000 professionals in different areas. But more importantly, I enjoy and I have a passion to impact people professionally, really, as a community. So that excites me personally, and I believe every one of us is called to do the same thing. We don't have to do it in a big scale. Your neighbor, one person at a time. Over time, it creates a domino effect for us collectively. So this program is going to cover a few things starting on the 25th of March to 19th of April. Now, let me tell you one funny thing. Very important, don't miss this part of it. And I challenge everybody on this call, if you are thinking or aspiring to be part of this program, some of you have registered already, this is going to be one of the best 1 month of your life professionally, I know for a fact. Now, if you commit to it, right? It's a month, yes. A lot of people wonder, oh, really? Within a month, can you really get so much? Don't take my words. In a few minutes, you hear people that went through the same program, and they're not even just improved mentally, they are now with offers, right? And I'm talking about 2 weeks ago. Now, full disclosure, I'm not saying everybody that takes a class, tomorrow you get a job. That's nonsense, right? We don't do BS here. We know one thing: if you put the work, put the time, put the discipline, hold me accountable and my team, and we do the same thing, right? So make sure we can effectively guide you towards success. And in our program and our platform, one thing we cherish and we thrive if you tell us no. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not like we love you to say no all the time, but we know that no only means we are putting a lot of work. We are doing the application right. We are pushing ourselves to maximize ourselves. So that is to tell you, if you're on this call and you're thinking, well, you do a class, tomorrow you just apply and the first job, the first application is a yes, God bless your heart. That's probably not going to be your story, right? And a lot of us, our story is going to be we try multiple times before we get an offer. So we understand that early and we tell our folks, we are transparent, look, you're going to put in quite a number of applications. Don't quit after one or two rejection. For us, we thrive and smile on rejection. We say, well, no means next opportunity for us. We keep pushing forward. We keep applying. Don't quit. Don't get tired of it. The same way when we go to, a master program here, spend 60,000, Ivy League, 120,000, whatever number, and they still don't guarantee you a job, right? The same way for us is just because we are mentally tough. We know what is coming, but guess what? Because we prepared for it, we tend to be successful in the long term. So don't take it personal if somebody says no after applying for a job. It's not a big deal for us. We love it that, okay, it shows we are really putting the work. If you don't get no, honestly, it means you are not applying enough. That's the way we do business here. We push our folks to apply a lot once you're done with our training, and good things always show up, okay? All right. So what are the topics we cover in this program? We're going to cover cyber threats. A lot of us today, I can bet everybody have heard something about cybersecurity. You may not be a guru in it, and let me tell you the truth. The ecosystem has trained all of us to be cybersecurity specialists in a mini way, whether you agree or not. For example, if I come to visit you today, one of the first things I would ask, and vice versa, if you visit is, can you give me your network ID, right? So that I can have access to your internet. But guess what? If you don't trust me, you're not going to give me the access, because if you give someone that you don't trust access to your network, the implication is that they have access to the key to your kingdom. So it's important to make sure that only trusted people is given access to your system. As simple as that, right? So another thing, if you travel out of the country, you go to Mexico, you go to Europe or Africa, anywhere in the world, and you try to log onto your bank account, I can bet you it will force you to send a multi-factor authentication. They will ask you to put in the code from your email, because they've located a geolocation that is different from where you're used to. So the analytics will prompt them to make sure you're the right person, right? And that's the trend right now. We will get into vulnerability management. Think about it. Vulnerability management is saying, what are the areas we are potentially vulnerable to? As simple as that. We'll cover that in this class. Now, the foundation of it, so that you can understand what it entails. One thing I'll tell you about our program is, none of us would enter an environment and shrink, because there's nothing they say that will catch you off guard. That's the beauty of it. I can guarantee you that, because of course, maybe a few nuances unique to the environment, but most of the things they will say will be things you've heard us talk about in class. We brainstorm around it. We'll talk about asset management. Think about it as simple as this. Can you track what you don't even know you have? For example, I come to your house, God forbid you tell me, hey, somebody stole something in my house. Guess what the cop is going to ask you first? What was stolen? That's the start. I think it's a reasonable question, right? What was stolen? Imagine me saying, well, I don't even know. They say, well, how many cars do you have? I think I have 20 cars. Okay, which one was stolen? I don't know. Okay, which of the TV was stolen? I don't know, but something feels weird. That's crazy, because they would wonder and say, well, we need to know the list of assets you have. Now, the same applies to big organization. Now, don't get it twisted. It's the same principle for smaller organization that we just scale to big organization. As simple as that. That's the reality, really. It's just that now we're talking about big organization. That's it. Threat intelligence is saying, okay, think about it. Effective security is synonymous to threat intelligence, meaning your intelligence is actually what security is all about. The most secured countries and nations in the world are people and organizations of nations that have adequate intelligence. You cannot secure what you don't even have an idea of what's coming in, going out. So security is synonymous to intelligence. So the same thing in cyber world, we need threat intelligence, meaning how do we get intelligence, really? Number one, public information. The government is constantly releasing news, private sector discussing. We are looking at blogs. We are looking at live news. We are looking at tools that scan within our network to see if there's a threat. Even on your computer, guess what? Sometimes when you're on your computer, it will prompt you and say, oh, there is an antivirus and there's a potential virus. Oh, don't open this file because it could be a virus, right? All of those are threat intelligence. It's gathering intelligence within your laptop, even your phone. If you try to open some site, it will give you some warning, right? If it has antivirus, or if it's some of this Apple will not even allow you to, download a lot of files if they suspect it has security risk in it, right? So, which is great. I mean, the same thing for Android. They are getting to that point that for you to have access to their broader environment, they need to scan it first, okay? Then we get into incident response. What does that mean? I'm saying the CEO of Cisco, which is one of the largest networking company in the world, said there are only two types of company: those that have been hacked and those that are about to be hacked. So those are the only two. So everybody's going to be hacked at some point or the other, right? So we know that this is not some joke. This is real life stuff. These are big deals, right? Then we get into identity and access management. What does that mean? All that is saying is that at the end of the day, we would have to think about how do people gain access to your environment. Very big deal. You guys and ladies will agree, at the minimum, give me a password, right? Make sure only the right people have access to the environment, as simple as that. Then we get into security incident and event monitoring. How do we monitor events within the environment? We'll talk about that. We talk about disaster recovery and business continuity. The poster child for that was COVID. You all would agree with me. COVID suddenly came. Company that did not have a plan for business continuity went bankrupt because they could not sustain their business without people physically coming to their location. So that was a big deal also. Then we're going to get into building policies. We're going to get into understanding different framework. Framework is just saying a guide that is a best practice to use so that you can have some reasonable assurance that your environment is fairly secured. And it gives you reputation before your board and investors and your customers to make sure that at least you're benchmarked to some of the best practices in the world. Then we get into risk assessment. How do we assess risk? This is an ever-evolving thing. It's not just isolated. We get into third-party risk. That is another big one. Third-party risk is one of our biggest amazing area recently, really. It's a big one. And a few minutes, you see some of our folks talk about their jobs in third party, amazing. Then we get into data governance, data privacy, foundation of IT general controls. Then we talk about some general overview in terms of regulations out there that are popular, okay? All right, some basic interesting fact, I'll scan through this real quick. The reason this is a field growing crazy, think about it, ladies and gentlemen, don't overthink it, it's simple. In my opinion, outside of most business operation today, the biggest risk, you guys will agree with me, is probably going to be cyber risk, because gone are the days people are, stealing from physically coming in to steal. Somebody's using a device somewhere remote in the world, and they're committing crimes that they can buy malwares as cheap as $50 now, and they can cause damages to $billion of infrastructure. In the US, North America, Canada, Mexico, it's a big deal for us now because our critical infrastructure are constantly at threat. We're talking about our water system, sewage system, nuclear system. We're talking of the airline towers. So it's massive. This is not a joke right now. We're talking of all pharmaceutical companies that are manufacturing drugs. Imagine somebody going in to change the dosage of their equipment from 100 mg to 10 mg for an oncology pharmaceutical practice. So think about the impact. This is not some joke. These are lives. People will die as a result of it. So sometimes it's easy to think, well, it's just somebody stealing ID. No. Now they're attacking our critical infrastructure. So it's a big deal. So the need is so much there right now. That's where I'm getting to. In terms of the opportunities, it's a no-brainer. The projected growth is about 31% right now. And it's one of the fastest growing occupation out there. Now, of course, we know that, no job is indispensable. I get it. But at the same time, it's one of those that I know for a fact, it's one of those areas people don't want to touch. Who wants to be the CEO that fired their cyber team and they got attacked the next week? It's a bad optics, really. You're going to lose your job as a CEO. So most CEO or C-level executive, yeah, they can fire anybody, I get it, but they try to touch that last. That's the way I look at it. The average salary is, according to Glassdoor, 100 grand. But yeah, we don't play games with numbers, right? We focus on skill first. The money is there. It's going to come. For us, get the skill, right? Get the knowledge. Get comfortable for your first job. Then after that, we leave you. Our average salary, I've seen mostly worst case 85 to 130. We try to be in the middle so that if you go too high, if you go to 130, then the expectation will be crazy because now we're thinking of, for your first job, we try to keep our folks in between. So within 95 to 105 for first job. After 6 months, your experience, you know what you're doing, go do whatever you want to do. Go command 200 grand. We're going to be your biggest fan. Go for it all out. All right. So again, I'll skip a few things. We all know it's important to protect our critical infrastructure in the US and anywhere in the world. The essence is just, the need is crazy right now because, man, There is no option, because think about it. If a company's system is compromised, automatically your reputation is damaged, the cost of recovery, then you lose the trust equity between your customers. It's just an unending domino that you can't win. It's crazy, but those are the things we should think about. This is just a quick snapshot, and I'll share this slide with us just to have good knowledge if you want to. But these are just some general basic of what governance risk compliance covers. It's a lot of things within GRC. That's why we take a lot of areas so that you're mentally ready. Any area they bring you to, you can effectively figure things out. Now, you're not going to know everything, let's face it, but you will know enough to function, be effective. And if there's a need to know more, you can always source materials. That's why our network is important. We build that network, make sure we're effective as a team, so that collectively we have a lot of our folks that are in the space and we can share materials, share knowledge. And that's what we do here, really. At the end of the day, that's a big one we cherish ourselves doing. All right, let's go. I'll skip a few things. Some general cyber risk we know out there. Of course, we all know that people want to steal our data. That's a big deal right now, right? Some basic attack we've seen, phishing attack, somebody trying to use a wrong email. Within our platform some weeks ago, we had some jackass trying to get our guys to give them a PIN with boss resolution so they can steal your account and take over your WhatsApp. So if you see people try to call you and say, this is from Skillweed, this is the code from this, run from it, they are crooks, they are criminals. And those are people that, these are things happening everywhere in the world. Every meme's out now. People do that all the time. So just be aware that, the cyber crime is just big everywhere. Data breaches, insider risk. Insider risk is a big one because this is someone that works within the organization. Some of them is unintended, some is intended. So, there are patterns to know if there is potential insider risk. So for example, if somebody is quitting next week and I check their profile and they've downloaded tons of data in our system, then that's a trigger that, hey, what's going on? Then of course, what's the impact of cyber risk? We all agree, reputation, financial loss, it's just unending. We can't, it's crazy. So none of us wants to be a victim of cyber threat. It gets so crazy, okay? Some general incidents, these are some popular ones. Target retail store, if you guys are familiar with this story, Target store was attacked some years back and it was a big embarrassment. Guess what? The attack did not come in from Target themselves. It came in from a third party that was working with Target. But guess what? Who is still liable? I don't care about the third party. It's Target I give my money to or my information to. So Target was fine. It was crazy. It was very embarrassing for them for many years. They are still the poster child for third party risk. Colonial Pipeline was a big one also. Account was compromised on the operation technology side for remote login. And as a result of that, if you guys remember, we had a supply chain issue in the US. There were lines upon lines of people trying to buy gas because of that attack. So this is not some joke. This is some real crazy stuff. So it's a big deal. So we should be mentally prepared in our mind that, hey, what you're doing matters because it's a function of when things happen, the impact can be so devastating to people, real life people, right? All right, we just talk a few things to make us all smart a little bit. Vulnerability means a weakness that can be exploited. A risk is something bad that can happen. A threat, an actor that may exploit a vulnerability. Okay. All right, another one, confidentiality, integrity, availability. Now, can we all type something? Let me make you guys leave here a little bit smart. Can we all type in CIA? Everybody, please, if you don't mind, type in CIA. Just type in CIA in the chat. CIA means confidentiality, integrity. Anytime you go to a meeting and you say that, people, you sound smart, honestly. Take it to the bank. Just say, hey, guys, are we focused on the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our system? Just say it, however you want to say it, people will take you serious. It's like one of our buzzwords, right? Anytime, just remember CIA, because why? What does that mean? Let me tell you what it means. So confidentiality is saying it's fair game. Information kept private and secure. That's confidentiality, it's easy. Now, integrity says our data should not be modified, deleted, or added. That's fair game. Availability is saying, duh, our system should be available when we need it. That's not hard to ask. Now, why is that important? if you are a manufacturer of a drug for oncology, prostate cancer, think about the impact of it not being available. Or if you are producing nuclear centrifuges used to power lights all over the country, think of the impact of it not being available. So these are real life implications. So we don't take it lightly. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. All right. So, all right, we're almost done with this. And folks, we always do some quiz. So don't, you guys are going to do quiz today. Quick, easy ones. Don't worry, it'll be fun stuff. Again, we also use some framework. The framework is just a guide. Our program will teach those framework so that you feel really good. Can we all type one more thing? I want to make us smarter a little bit. Just type in, just say NIST and ISO 27001 framework. So if somebody asks you what cyber framework have you worked on, just say, just type this, just type it, just say NIST and ISO 27001 framework. If you just say NIST and ISO, then people will just, yeah, and don't overthink it. When you start the program, it will make sense. But at least I just want to make you a little bit, maybe tomorrow you're having a conversation with somebody and they are talking jargon. So just have a feel, oh, I know what you guys are talking about. It's a guide. It's a recommended best practices, things we can use to check how we are doing. And these are world-class recognized guide or framework, okay? So those two for sure we're going to cover. All right, for regulation also, we'll talk a little bit about regulation. The big one, all of us would agree, is GDPR. And our program has the recordings for this program. You would have access to it. We talk about GDPR, EPA for healthcare, PCI for payment card industry. One of our team members actually has an interview with this PCI this week also. And we created some cheat sheet on things to talk about there. So you would get to know a few things around the checklist on what to look for. Now, for you to be a PCI assessor, you have to do like a certification to be an assessor for PCI. But at the minimum, we can talk about what are the guide, what are the things we need to make sure are in place. For example, it's a no-brainer. If you're processing credit card, come on now, you should make sure you're processing it through a secure means, right? It should go through encryption. Those are standard ways. All of us can agree on that at the minimum, right? So, all right, so, this is the conclusion. I mean, in simple terms, this is what this program is all about, right? You will learn all of this, and it will lead us towards something we feel pretty confident that can change your life professionally in a great way. I'm going to pause and we'll go to the next, what we typically do, we do a quick, for most of us that are not familiar with us, we typically like to do gamification. I just want to test you a little bit. So if you don't mind, I'm going to send you guys something real quick. We call it Kahoot. And you guys will see us, I'll share my screen. You'll see the code. If you've never done this before, all you need to do is go to, and I'm typing it to the group. You guys will see it right now, kaoot.it. For my folks, you already know what the drill is. So can we all go to kahoot.it, everybody? Please just type kahoot.it. And once you do that, it will take you to, can we all do that real quick? Then I'll tell you the pin. You just put the pin. And I just want to test our knowledge. It will be very quick, don't worry. Just some fun game. I will be out of here in a few minutes. All right. So the pin for the Kahoot is 7540745. Let me send the link to you guys so we can have it. And feel free to join, everybody. Let me share my screen. All right, can we all see the screen? That's the code. You can check the chat box. You'll see us paste it there also. And don't worry, guys, it's fun stuff. Just some questions. It will be fun. Let's quickly do that for the next 30 seconds, real quick, everybody. So it will allow you to put your nickname, whatever name. And you can join any team you want to join. Real quick, let's do that real quick. And don't worry, guys, ladies, just participate in it. It's just to show you, a few knowledge, just check ourselves, see where we are. Excellent job, everybody. You guys are awesome. 34. Let's go, let's go. Thank you, everybody. Freddie, Rasta, Team, AJ, Jugunu, A, Atom K, Lola, Day Sunshine, GRC, Jenny, Europe, PC, you guys are awesome. All right, you can join, but let's get started with it so that our folks, our mentors can give us some quick testimonies on that. All right, risk, threat, and vulnerability. Let me just check your knowledge real quick and see. All right, let's see what's going on here. A weakness that can be exploited is called what? A weakness that can be exploited is called what? Choke, risk, vulnerability, threat. Excellent job, guys. Keep going. Excellent, excellent. Bingo. All right, vulnerability, most of us got it. Excellent, excellent. Let's go to the next one. All right, Team Sunshine is winning. Okay, let's go to the next one. The possibility of something bad happening is what? Voodoo, risk, threat, vulnerability. Possibility of something bad happening is called what? I can see some of my people calling it voodoo too. Okay. All right, we'll find out whether you're right. Possibility of something bad happening is what? Excellent. All right, risk. I agree. Okay. Excellent. Timotion is winning now. An entry of the actor that may exploit a vulnerability is what? That can exploit a vulnerability. What can exploit a vulnerability? Excellent. All right. Excellent job, guys, ladies. Excellent. Okay. We have Team Ocean is still winning. Okay, great job, Team Ocean. All right, let's go to the next one. Information kept private and secure is what? What do we call information kept private and secure? Integrity, confidentiality, threat, ACA. What do we call information kept private and secure? Excellent job, folks. Love it. We'll find out, Saeed, if you're right. All right, confidentiality. Excellent job. Okay, let's see the next one. Team Motion is killing all of us. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, two more to go. Data not modified, deleted, or added is what? Data not modified, deleted, or added is what? What do we call that? Excellent job. All right. Excellent job, guys, ladies. That's great. Excellent. All right. The final question. Timotion is still killing everybody here. The final question. System available to whom requires them is what? All right, let's see. We have 5 more seconds to wrap that part up. All right, excellent. Let's see the winner. Team Fire bronze. Team Sunshine silver, and the winner is. All right, congratulations, Team Ocean. All right, don't let's play at them. Let's just give them some love. All right, excellent job, folks. Excellent job. Let's give them some love, give them some icons, give them some celebration. Excellent job, Team Ocean. Excellent job. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's quickly wrap up. And I will share this with the larger group, so don't worry. That was great, guys. That was awesome. Love it. That was great. Okay, so let's continue. We're almost done. So the next thing we're gonna do is just to quickly get our folks. You know, we are honored today. We have actually 4 of our folks. So I'll give them each, you know, then I'll quickly go through some common questions. We'll do this for the next, because it's nice to get to hear from other people that have taken the program. So let me start with Lola, if you don't mind. Let's do 3 minutes. Lola, can you raise up your hands and I'll just identify you real quick. Then after Lola, Lanre, please, if you don't mind, to just raise your hands. Let me see, Lola. Okay, thank you, Lola. Let me. All right, over to you, Lola. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Lola. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Akin, for having me. And I just want to say, first of all, if you're on this call and you have not taken this course, congratulations, you're in the right place. And the skill sets that you require to be able to excel in this industry is something that you're going to get on Mr. Akin's classes. I joined this class, and I think we were about the first set for the GRC course. And I can tell you that it was really an eye-opener, and this is where you get the right resources for what you need. And the courses are very hands-on, such that when I got a job, it's been real life experience. I've had to refer to this, some of the spreadsheets and some of the projects we did in class to do in my daily work. I got a job shortly after we finished our course. So if you have not registered, I think it's a great idea for you to register as well. This is real life. Mr. Akin's course the niche is also that he works in this industry and it's his daily life also. So he's able to give you the accurate scenario that you require for this job. And also I assure you that the jobs are out there. There isn't enough people to do it. And so, yes, the jobs are out there. You're going to get the job as long as you can put in the work. Definitely, I would say that you're not going to get everything in 4 weeks, but if you put in the work, do your research, you already have the foundation for whatever you need to do in the industry. Some of the other questions that comes to light are the issues of certification, your university degree from Nigeria. Many people would use that as an excuse. I didn't get a certification before I got a job, and I got a job with my Nigerian degree. So it's doable, it's achievable. And then also about if nothing else motivates you to do this, let the money do it then. Yes, the money is actually right there. It just kind of changes the trajectory of what your income will be like. I don't know what the background you're coming from, but trust me, this will just seriously change the trajectory of your life if you really do it, put in the work. It's not automatic, I can assure you. Try to leverage everybody around you, network with people in your group. And then there's also another cheat I'm going to give you from Mr. Akin's class. Mr. Akin gets to do some bonus classes every now and then within the week. Do not miss any of those, because that is where the real gems are. Those classes, sometimes they are unplanned, but when you join it, it has some really good nuggets that it gives you out there that really helps. Do your resume, be confident, the jobs are out there. there is barely enough people to do it. And the beauty of it is that as Africans, it would be great to be in an organization where you see people who look like you on the same table with you. So go get it. And this is the right place to be. Skillweed is the real MVP. Thank you.
Thank you, Lola. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Lola. Let's go give her some love. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. I mean, it's always a delight when, a few weeks you were the one mentoring someone. Now she's pretty much like my mentor in what she's doing right now, and all of us mentoring. So it's the way it works, really. We have to be strategic. I may be the mentor now, you'll be my mentor in a space that you are more experienced than I am. So we have to think from that point of view. Thank you so much, Lola. You're awesome. Let's get Larry. Larry, can you give me your hands, if you don't mind, please, sir? And Larry was one of our folks. Yes, thank you, Larry. I mean, these are just people that you can, recent folks that you can just, go ahead, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here. So my name is Larry, and I am one of the students that just finished his just concluded class, and I got an offer in IT audit. So basically, I stumbled at Skillweed on YouTube, and I reached out to Mr. Akin, and we spoke at length, and he shared a few things with me, and said it was going to help me with my resume. He sent a resume to me. He said I can just tweak it and all that it works like magic. So I began to apply. I took the class, and a lot of things that I learned from this class is just like what I've been looking for. I've been in the IT space before, but actually not GRC. But I know sometimes how it can be difficult to interview if you don't master the act of interviewing. So basically, it was when I joined this class that I begin to see a different side of interviewing, which I feel like if you can follow Mr. King's words, it's really going to help you. The STAR method works so well because whatever you say, it's your organizations. They're not there with you, so they don't know if you're lying or not. So I think it works like magic. So basically, after the class, before the end of the class, or 2 weeks before the end of the class, I was already shooting out my resume massively out there. And when the call started coming in, it was like, but I was happy because I was able to use the STAR method interview question and answer that he gave us to actually speak confidently. And each and every time I use that STAR method, I see their reaction. They kind of like fall in love with it. So the interview moved so fast. And I just want to encourage everyone on this platform, if you are an old student or you're just about to join the class, I think this is the right place for you to be. If you have to consider the payment, the money you're going to pay for this compared to what others will actually ask you to pay, you will know you're getting value for your money. And one thing I will also say is, please apply. I always like to tell people that just look at it this way: 15 applications to 1 interview. If you can do that, then you will get interviews. Just keep applying, and you have to study, right? Study, because questions can come out from any angle. But if you are able to build on what you've been taught here in class and take your lab seriously, because you can speak through the lab. So basically, when you speak from your lab experience, it gives them an idea that yes, he or she has been doing this thing because of the way he's speaking. So I just want to encourage everyone. This thing works. Trust me, it works. And the job is there, just like the previous person that spoke said. The job is out there. They're just waiting for you to come get this job. And try to build some confidence. Sometimes in interview, it's not necessary that you have to be 100% accurate, but how confident you are, when speaking really matters a lot. So basically, I just want to encourage you guys to keep applying. You will get no's. Sometimes they will turn you down. Sometimes you do interview, they'll turn you down. Don't let that actually weigh you down. Just keep fighting for it, and surely you'll get it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you so much. Let's give Larry some love. Thank you so much. And I apologize for my other folks. It may not take everybody, but let me take one more person, please. Apologies, please. But let me take Abby. Abby, let's just take you then so that I can wrap up what I have for tonight. Please go ahead, Abby.
Yes. Hello, everybody. This is Abiodun speaking, Ogosonia. I'm a ex-student of Akin's class. Thank you, Akin, for having me here. I just have some quick nuggets for everybody on the call. Akin's class gives you the blueprint to prepare you for different fields. But you have to do the work. You have to come for the classes. If you can't make the classes, listen to the recorded sessions, participate in the labs. Whatever groups that you guys are assigned, participate in your group. The groups come in handy. They're going to help you as far as if you need references, and also, give you like a guide. If any of the group members have done interviews, they can tell you what questions and supposed answers that they have. Let me give you a big background about myself. I was a professional accountant. I used to do accounting. I did that for about 10 years, and the pandemic hit, and I decided, you know what, this is the best time for me to try something new or learn something new. So I signed up for Atkins class because a friend of mine referred me to the class. And for me, what really helped me as far as securing employment is just studying the materials that he shared. So please participate in the class, study your materials, and keep applying. That you hear some people get very few no's, some people get a lot of no's, but don't let that discourage you. Best of luck to everybody.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you. Let's give Abby some love too. Thank you, everybody. I know I have one more person, but I'm sorry. Apologies, man. I apologize. You're awesome. I would, but let me quickly wrap up because I want to cover a few things and we'll be out of here. We try to respect time. If you don't mind, give me extra 5 minutes of your time, but let's quickly wrap this up. Those testimonials are important because it's always nice to see people that, are recent and we can leverage from. Now, common questions we've seen, and I think I have a feel of most of our questions. Let's quickly address them. Is programming required in this program? In simple terms, no. It's not required. It's a strategy role, and we don't need programming in this class at all. Is it? Do you need to be a US citizen to be in this program? No. However, if you're applying for government job, then you would need to be a US citizen. That's easy enough. I have no IT background. Can I get into this field? Yes, on one condition. We have some free IT training. Make sure you take those before you take this class. Honestly, within 3-4 hours of putting the work to go through those, you'll feel much more comfortable. And like our speaker said, we don't believe in shortcuts here. Put the work. Make this a treat of a lifetime. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Just have fun for 1 month. Disappear for 1 month and come back as a professional monster. Honestly, that's the way I look at it. Make it a month of, you've taken care of everybody else. Treat yourself. Make it a time to have fun and treat yourself at this point in time. And do you help with resume? Yes, we help you with the draft resume. We actually have a session. We just make you guys work on resume, and we knock that out immediately. Do I need to commit a lot of time to be successful? Yes. Like anything, you would agree with me, we need to put the work. My expectation is for 30 days, please just give me 1 hour a day of your time. And that excludes the class time. Put 1 hour a day and we stand a chance. What kind of computer do we need? Windows, Mac, or your phone is fine. The only ask I have is please make sure you go to a quiet place where we can all maximize the experience together. Go to a quiet place that you can really enjoy it. What about the application? Job sites out there, Indeed, LinkedIn, Dice. We've seen our guys get jobs from different sources. What are the roles you can apply for when you start searching? I'll tell you for a fact, GRC analyst is popular, third-party risk analyst is popular, IT risk analyst is popular, risk assessment is popular. These are popular roles I've seen people get within our program, okay? Do I need experience to begin my career? Again, just make sure you go through our training, the free supplementary IT classes, and I'll post it to our group right now. If you're not part of our community, please, I'll send a group right now to WhatsApp. and I want you to join it. I'll send that in a bit to the Zoom call. Does this role require meetings? Yes, sometimes you would have to have meetings in this role. Not extensive, depends on the company you work for, but it will require some meeting. And the beauty is that that's why we keep our program very collaborative. You see us collaborate a lot in the program. Is certification required? No. However, what we typically do is that we put certification and put in bracket in view, meaning we are working towards it. So God willing, as we get an offer, we can work towards certification at that point in time. Do I stand a chance to pass that question? Yes, we have past questions for the GRCP, and we stand a good chance to be successful there. All right, the class schedule, this is one of the popular questions, March 25th, then March 26th, 29th. So Saturdays and Sundays will be 2.5 hours, 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Same thing on Sunday. Then Wednesdays, we have a touch point for 1.5 hours, 8 to 9:30 p.m. We try not to use the whole hours, so we'll be respectful, but it's just 4 weekends, right? 4 weeks. Just put the work, put the time, we stand a good chance. I'm going to send this to the WhatsApp community so that we can have access to this and have it handy. Now, cost. What is the cost of the program? Now, one of the things that people have told me, hey, is this program quality? It's too cheap. I've done the program, they spend this amount, blah, blah, blah. Some have spent 1,000, 10,000, whatever number. We are mission driven and we make it very affordable to our team. And we challenge you, we want our team to aspire for leadership too. Don't make it transactional, don't make it a one-off thing. We want you to be successful, pull others up, and as a community, we can be collectively successful. Not individually successful alone, but collectively. The cost is $750 for the program. You have options to pay twice or 3 times, so you can go there, select the option. It's automatic, so we don't do anything. Automatically just does it. Now, there's a referral program also. If you have people you're bringing on board, just text me one-on-one. We can always talk about that. So interesting data for everyone that applies for our program. If I tell you, okay, let me challenge you. I always tell my team, respectfully suspend your thinking for 1 month. Trust us for 1 month. After 1 month, you can give us the middle finger and say, forget you guys. But that 1 month, trust us and say, whatever we say you should do, follow the playbook. We've seen playbooks that have worked. Everyone that we are privileged to be a footnote in their story of success professionally is because they followed mostly this blueprint. We'll tell you once you finish, for example, start applying. Don't overthink and say, well, you want to wait. And no. Get out of that space. Just execute. Follow what we say within that period. And most times, special things happen when we do that. Okay? All right, let's quickly go. If you have no IT experience, no worries. Take our Skillweed program. A lot of great programs that you can take. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send us a link right now I'll send it to the WhatsApp to the Zoom right now. You'll see a couple of links there. There's one to join the WhatsApp group. You can use it to join. There's one for the registration for the class. You can use that. There's one for our YouTube page. You can go there so that you can see a lot of content coming up and just a lot of great information out there. And we'll take 1 or 2 questions. If you don't mind, type your question, please. Type your question. I think somebody is raising their hands. Eniola, was that Eniola? Can you please type your question, Eniola? Please go ahead and type your question. Can you please type your question, please? Somebody says the first link is broken. The first link is broken. Okay, the first link is got it. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, thank you for bringing that up. But let me resend the first link. Thank you for calling that out. I just resent it back, and that's just taking you to the actual page. All right, so I've sent the link back to everybody for the first link. All right, Eniola, do you have a question? Let's take 2 questions and we'll call it a day. Somebody raise their hands. Let's take 2 questions and we'll call it a day. Eniola, can you please raise your hand again so I can, okay. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Eniola. Go ahead, Daniela. All right. Okay, go ahead, Frederick.
Is it a verbal question or do I type?
No, you can ask the question. Go ahead.
Okay, so during the course of the program, would you advise us or suggest to us the best certifications?
Absolutely. And you know, one thing I'll tell you is that we are transparent. It's just not my personal focus, certifications, just because I know there are a lot of certifications out there that we focus on execution. The reason we just put the certification at times is some of us aspire to be managers later. So it's a good idea to just have one or two for your personal goal, but it's not a big deal, you know, because it's IT, right? So it's all about execution. Now, of course, I recommend the GRCP, which is much easier to get, really. So that's a good one. GRCP, CISM, many of them just have one, and that's good enough, I think. If we have one, we're good.
Okay.
All right, let's
Thank you.
Frederick. Go ahead, Frederick. Oh, sorry, that was Frederick. Go ahead, Daniela. All right. Everybody, if you don't mind, just give us 5 minutes extra, we'll be out of here. All right, let's take Ijoma. Go ahead, Ijoma.
Hi, I just want to know if you have to get Security Plus first before starting GRC.
No, we don't even care about Security Plus. Yeah, it's not relevant to us. Now, if you want to do any certification, it's good, but it doesn't matter to us. Yeah, because nobody's asking you for Security Plus to get a GRC job. It's not required. You know, now I don't discourage any
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you wanted me to speak. I was typing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I was typing. I was busy typing.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the courses that you said that you mentioned that someone that does not have an IT experience can take prior to taking the course, the cybersecurity course.
If you look at my, everybody look at my, as you can see my screen here, this is a course here, free fundamental. This is a good one.
Okay.
All of these free classes are pretty good. This is the class we are kicking off this week. And a common question is people asking the payment plan. So there are options there to just select whatever payment plan, and it's automated. But for the free classes, anyone that doesn't have an IT background, even if you have IT background, I recommend just take these free classes. They are very well thought out program, and it will be very useful to you. All right, let's take King. Thank you so much, Daniela. Let's take King Benjamin, and that will be it for tonight. King Benjamin, go ahead, please.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
I think I found out the solution to my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really the whole essence of the program. More importantly, you know, I'm excited and honored to be your mentor on the program on this journey. We challenge each other a lot. You hold me accountable. I will hold you accountable a lot. I'll demand a lot from you also, because my style is different. We have to work on our mind also, right? Because I know if I can get your mind to think right, most times it will naturally adjust to being successful professionally. So it starts with the mind. I challenge you, start reading. You know, let me send a group for you guys. If you want to, I would recommend join this group, everybody on this call. It's one of our platform for reading. We read a book every week. I challenge everybody on this call. I'll send out group and I'll be out of here. Please join this group. It's called ROM, Reading Unleash Magic. Every week we challenge everybody to read. The reason it's important is simple. If our mind is okay, everything else naturally adjusts, okay? So I want to make sure mentally my team we must be mentally tough. so that when rejection comes, life happens, and you started training today, you start realizing every crazy thing start unleashing. That's when you start having personal issues, life happen, somebody's, event in life happen to you. You'll be mentally ready to say, it's not a big deal. Focus. I want everybody on this program, once you enroll, it's a time of your life to treat yourself and be focused. 1 month, disappear. Just disappear from the world and come back a monster. And this will be the final one, I promise, and we're out of here. Please join that group. I just sent it if you guys want to be part of it. But I think it's important for our mental state. Our team must be mentally tough so that as you strive professionally, your mental state is equally very strong and ready. No challenge would, I'm talking of books like Think and Grow Rich, The Secrets, these are books that would make your mind just enlarge. All right, final one, Jimo, and we are out of here. Keep it straight to the point, please. Jimo.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend. During this course or afterwards, are you going to make CV for them?
Yeah, so we don't make CV for you. We'll train you to make your CV, right? And we'll guide you. And it's an easy one. That's everybody. We have a section in class, you will do it. So that's easy. It's least of our worry. But our team here, we are leaders here, so we're not going to make our guys, because think about it, everybody, listen. My first week is our honeymoon. The last 3 weeks, yeah, I'm going to treat you like a colleague. So I'll challenge you to do stuff. Yes, because that's the real world, right? I'm not going to play games with you. We're going to be holding each other accountable, but that's the easiest of my problem, to be honest. Just tell them, whoever the person is, let them understand they need to commit time, be focused for 1 month, strictly execution. If you don't have the time, don't do it. Just don't do it now. Do it when your mind is ready for 1 month. Now, this 1 month, my life, I'm just going to treat myself, no distraction, have fun, and build something special. All right, thank you so much, everybody. It's been a delight. Thanks for hanging out with us. Go register. I'll be honored to be your instructor. Let's have fun, build this together. God bless. Bye, everybody.